Thank you very much for joining my channel Illuminate. We are going to do a reading and see what Spirit Message has for us at this time. I can tell you for sure September is going to be very, very interesting. This is just a good idea in general, but specifically for this month, they're saying prepare for 3 days, water, food, enough for provisions in case we lose electricity and or cell. Don't panic about it. It's a good idea anyway. But there's a chance that some interesting things could be happening this month. So, if you don't use it, then eat it, and replenish it. But it's a good idea in general just to have some 3 days provisions that you could use without electricity on hand. And if you don't use it, go camping, right? Enjoy nature. But definitely look at the positives of what's going on. There's some shifts and things that are happening. There's definitely the biggest shift is going to be in the way that we see things, in the way that we think about things, in our perception. And that's what I feel like this time period is all about, is it's going with the flow and these ups and downs, and with more information then we can make other choices. And one of those choices, it's highly recommended that it not be a choice of fear, because this is all going into a better place. But just like cleaning out your closet, there's a bigger mess before it gets organized and put back, and you get to keep what you want and get rid of what you don't want. I think the biggest conflict that's coming up is you with you. It's not necessarily you with the government or you with other countries, or I don't really foresee any kind of a pandemic, viral kind of a situation. What I see that I spoke of earlier is more of an unfolding or revealing of historical information. They're saying playfulness. That's interesting. Yeah, keeping this, we have the Sun here too, we have the 10 of Cups, and so we could, if you want to, you could be sad and depressed about any shift and change, and changes do create, with judgment and our thought process, it does create what's the word I want to use? The word that's coming up is being disconcerted, just off balance, just a little bit out of our comfort zone, right? We like things the way that they are, but we need to have more information in order to grow into our new, better, bigger, more connected selves. And look, we have increased awareness. The Master Buddha, it says trust, it says deep connection, trust your inner voice. And that's what's coming up here. We have so much power. If we even knew how much power we have, we would be astounded. I think I'm going to save a story time. At some point I'm going to start telling some stories, but something that happened with me was as I was doing remote viewing for someone who was working with people to downsize their possessions in order to go into like a home. So they're, selling their house. And anyway, I was working with someone around that. And as I was remote viewing onto the property before seeing it, I would only be given an address. Matter of fact, that's the way that I work. I just give me an address to do a remote viewing on a location, or just give me a name. More information makes my imagination kick in. And I don't know, possibly prejudgments or something. So anyway, this was just an address. And what I found in looking at these addresses is that the house itself had a personality and it had a personality of its own. The land did also. And then I could see the energy of people who had lived there and then people who were coming in. So it was really, I love being surprised by spirit message. And this is what I'm talking about with the power. You have the power to create this energetic field. Is this the energy that you want to hold? And if it isn't, then shift it. You have the power to do that. And that's pretty much this message right now. You know, have this playfulness around this increased awareness, and instead of feeling like the loss and the grief you can of hanging on to the way that we used to think, because we felt it provided comfort, but it really didn't. It's not comfortable to live in a lie.